Welcome, everybody. It's another Monday. Thank you for joining us, and I welcome you. I hope everything is going well on that side of the camera and that you're doing well at home and in your personal lives and all. A lot of stuff going on. And this class is a breath class that we're really orienting towards getting into our body and feeling what's taking place there so that we can release. We all have emotions, particularly when there's a lot of uncertainty out there, and emotions well up. And very often, what I find, I work with a lot of people one-on-one, is that this feeling that we have inside here, if it's not acknowledged, if it's not understood, if it's not expressed, what we often do is we hide it away. We either deny it's there, which we all know doesn't work, or what we do is we start getting busy out in the world and trying to ignore it. And what we're here to do is to acknowledge that those feelings are coming up for a reason. Most of the times, no, actually I would say all of the times, that when these feelings come up, if we don't acknowledge them, if we push them away or deny them or get busy, what they tend to do is get louder and more intense. So then we have to hold even more, and we have to push down even more. And you can see we get into a somatic, a bodily, but also an energetic tug-of-war within our bodies. And no wonder sometimes after a day where we haven't done much, we're quite tired, because there is quite a lot going on underneath the surface here. So breath, as I have found, is one of the most beautiful ways to connect back with the body and to acknowledge those feelings that are moving in us. But not only to acknowledge, because acknowledging is in the mind, but to come into the body and to feel where those areas are, and to use the breath, and to use the rhythm of the breath and the quieting of our minds to release. And what's beautiful is that when the body releases, this thing is a vehicle for all of us to experience life in. And when it's aligned and it's calm and it's available to you, then we can settle in. We're not as anxious, we're not as busy inside. And then we can just sit and watch and decide what it is that we need to do. So welcome. And we'll be dropping in just a moment. I do want to welcome any new viewers out there, and also all the ones that keep coming back every week. We really appreciate you coming in and joining us for these exercises and learning these techniques of connection. Just to let you know, we have these classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time, 6:30. The Monday class is for breath. The Wednesday class is a sound bath with Sally, and the Friday class is a practical spirituality with my wife Priya. So please join us for any of those that you can. So, why don't we drop in? If you could all come sitting on the ground if you're not already there, or in your seat in an upward position so the spine is straight. And go ahead, please close your eyes. Very important to wash out the outside world so that we can step into this inner world a little bit more deeply. Go ahead and settle into your seat. Feel yourself sitting. Feel the parts of your body that are connecting to your seat or to the floor. And maybe for the first time today, acknowledging, watching, connecting to these different parts of our bodies. Allow your spine to become straight. The best way to do this is to reach through the crown of your head. The very top of your head, reach it up towards the ceiling. Feel the spine, feel your spine get a little bit longer. And then gently pull your chin in. Your back of your neck will extend, and this will lock the spine in a nice straight posture with a very little effort. In this posture, seated, straight spine, eyes closed, now let's slowly start to connect with our breath. Simplest way to connect with our breath is to watch it, to follow it in on the inhale, down through the throat and through the lungs, and down through the abdominals all the way to the navel. And then on your exhale, allowing your breath to release, giving it back to where it came from. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale. And feeling the breath, feeling how it activates your body. At first, maybe just one part of your body, maybe the middle of the chest or the top of the lungs. But allow it to spread through your body, through your throat, through your navel area. If you get really relaxed, you can feel it come down into your hips, into your legs. Filling your body up, allowing it to feel full. And then on the exhale, let that fullness escape, pushing it back, and giving anything in your body that feels a bit tight, a little bit energized. Allow that to be released, to ride your breath back out. Deep inhale, and then an exhale. Deep inhale, all the way to your navel, and then a deep exhale. I'm going to ask you to, on the next inhale, as you exhale, to slow your exhale down. Allow yourself to savor the experience of your breath leaving your lungs, leaving your body. And feel how the body relaxes. We have a part of the body called the vagus nerve that's connected to the heart and the lungs and the abdominals. And as you exhale, that vagus nerve is activated. And it is the resting part of our body. So allow yourself to trust it, to rest into it. It will hold you. Deep inhales. Slow, purposeful exhales. Beautiful. Keep at it. Allow yourself to feel everything. If your mind wanders, keep bringing it back to your breath. It's not uncommon. Giving your mind, your focal point, something to focus on, which is the movement of your breath. Single point of focus. And feel when the stillness of the mind comes in, it combined with your breath deepens our experience, increases the sensitivity and awareness that is innate to our bodies and to our experience. Beautiful. A little bit more. Allowing your breath to become a bit more fuller. allowing the rib cage to expand out. Feel the fullness of the rib cage. Feel the tension that can be between the ribs and the intercostal muscles. Allow that tension. Allow yourself to hold that for a second before you exhale and let it release. And feel your body settle. So easy. Just a little bit of time and a breath and a focused mind. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, if you could go ahead and reach your hands overhead, I'd like you to interlace your fingers so that your index fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. And I'd like you to continue your breath, but as you do this, reach with your fingers up towards the ceiling. Not doing a passive reaching, but really extending their arms, feeling them next to your ears, feeling the pull through your ribs, through your spine, from your hip all the way up to your fingertips. And we're simply holding and breathing, staying connected to your breath the whole time. And maintaining the reach through your arms. Reach up, extend. Feel the body extend. And if you'd like, as you reach up, you can extend backwards slightly, bringing the hands back behind you. Creates a slight arch in the spine. Maintain your breath. Reaching. As this becomes more challenging, the body starts to shake. Connect with your breath. Commit to it a little bit more. The breath is not only a relaxing agent, it's a stabilizing agent. When we're challenged to connect to the breath, allows us to manage and to navigate challenges. So feel if your body's challenged now and connect to your breath. Reaching your hands backwards a little bit further, possible. Connecting with your breath, staying solid. Watching your body shake if it needs to. Watching your mind as it might complain of the discomfort. Let your mind focus on the breath. Let the complaining settle. You can do this. Reaching up, reaching back, feeling the extension through your spine, feeling your body release. Trusting your breath, staying steady. And on the next inhale, if you could come up straight, reaching the hands up towards the ceiling. And on your next exhale, bring your hands down to your knees. Eyes are closed. Hands on your knees, palms are up. And stay connected to your breath. And feel what has taken place in your body, acknowledging the shift that breath, the challenging postures can release deep-seated tension, stress. And we just feel different. Eyes are closed, the spine is straight, chin is gently in. Stay connected to your breath. Don't allow yourself to wander. Keep coming back. Come back to your body. Come back to your breath. This is a pranayama, which is a breathing exercise, but it's also a meditation, stilling of your mind, so that you can see more clearly, so you can feel more deeply. And when we're very busy in our minds, worrying or problem solving or just doing things to stay busy, sometimes these quieter spaces are more challenging than doing something. To be able to sit and to feel your breath and to watch your body and also to watch your mind move, but not to be entangled in it. It's a real skill to be able to navigate this, to be able to come home and connect to your body and mind, so you can feel your experience instead of listening to your stories. So deepen your experience, feel what's taking place in your body, feel where your body is at in your breath, how it aids this. And if you could take a deep inhale and slowly exhale. And as you inhale again, go ahead and open your eyes and welcome back. Simple, huh? But pretty solid. I even feel this. I've been doing this all day, and these shifts are amazingly simple. And I think that's why we often overlook the breath, is because we have it all the time. It is with us every moment. We do it usually unconsciously. And what we're doing is we're taking this breath and we're making it a conscious activity. And in the process of making it conscious, as we're talking about, we're coming back home to the body to feel what's taking place. I'm sure most of you are like me. The tough feelings of life are felt in here, in the abdominals and the gut, wrenching, tight knots. So what often happens is the body tightens in this area to keep this area in check. Very often, I know most of us have not learned how to navigate or to deal with really challenging emotions, and to recognize that we're meant to have them. They're as much a part of life as the pleasant, joyful emotions that we all so look forward to. And because we're not able to navigate, we're not able to understand how to express and release these, what we do is we keep them in check and we press them down. And it's the reason why the hip area and the sacral area and the abdominal and the navel area is such an important part within kundalini yoga, meditation, breath work, and pranayams and these practices. Is they allow us to get access to this area, and not only cognitively getting access, but to get access so that we can feel what's taking place and we can release it. This next posture that we're going to be going through is a combination of a movement and a breath. And I seriously, I teach this to every private client that I have, because it seems that powerful. That's powerful to releasing these areas. We have this area called the diaphragm, and it is like a compactor. It presses down, and we hold so much tension in this area. In Kundalini yoga, within yoga in general, this is one of the gates. It's one of the gates that if we can allow what happens down here to happen, to move into the heart center, we can more easily and fully understand and work with it. But if we keep it down here, it just stays down here, and it causes all kind of problems, digestive problems, tension from back problems, organ problems. So we're working to release these areas that we don't really even know that we're holding. So I'm going to come off my pillow for this posture, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. For those of you that are familiar with Kundalini yoga and pranayams and breath work, you know how to take a belly breath. And the belly comes out. It's almost like we fill the belly up with air. What we're really doing is we're opening up the lungs. The diaphragm is coming out in the belly. The organs are pushing the belly out. So we want to have a deep belly breath. And we want to hold this. We're not breathing with the upper chest at all, just holding a deep belly breath here. You can exhale by pushing the navel in, and inhaling again. Deep belly breath. We hold this belly breath. Exhale, push the navel in, belly breath, belly comes out. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be holding our breath with a big belly breath, and we're going to be grabbing our ankles and doing what we call a spinal flex with the breath held, with the belly full of air. So I'll demonstrate this just a second, okay? So I'm going to exhale. I'm going to inhale in. Suspend my breath. And I'm going to hold my breath for as long as is comfortable. And then when I need to breathe, I'm going to pause. I'm going to slowly exhale. And then inhaling in again. Big belly breath, hold the belly, and start the spinal flexes with the breath held. What this is doing is we're creating a ball within the belly so that we can massage the diaphragm, and the movement allows for that massage, and it's a deep internal massage. As you do this, and why don't you come join in, go ahead and take a deep inhale, and start your spinal flexes. Head is kept even with the horizon. And then when you need to breathe, when your body says you need air, pause, slowly exhale. Feel the exhale. Deep inhale, belly breath. And start the spinal flex. It may take 1 or 2 rounds for you to settle into this posture, this breath exercise. Allow yourself to trust your ability to hold your breath, to listen to your body for when it needs to breathe. Slowly exhale, watching the breath release. Big belly breath, and continue. Go ahead at your own pace. Everybody's breath is a little bit different. Keep a nice, solid, quick pace on the spinal flexes. And as you settle into this posture, go ahead and, if you haven't already, start focusing on your solar plexus, right around where your heart is, and feel if you can experience the massage that's taking place there, the releasing of tension. allowing your exhales to be twice as slow as your inhales. Keep going. As the body opens, allow the belly breath to become a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller. Allow yourself to relax into the spinal flexes. The relaxation allows the solar plexus to be massaged a little bit more deeply. And allowing those exhales to be really slow. Extend them out even a little bit further. Feel what is taking place in the body. Feel how your body is releasing and where it's releasing. And we're not only releasing the solar plexus here, we're massaging the spine and all the muscles and the discs and the nerves intertwined there, releasing. Feel your body becoming more open, more supple and flexible. All right, if you could do one more round, one more inhale, one more set of spinal flexes, and then when you're done, go ahead and sit with your eyes closed. Your hands can come to your knees or your lap. Eyes are closed. Staying connected to your breath. This is a breath class, so we're trying to learn how to focus, to stay connected to our breath throughout. And I'll be reminding you from time to time. Eyes are closed, spine is straight, chin is gently in. Allow yourself to just absorb. This is where integration takes place, where we get to experience a more open version of ourselves, a more connected version of ourselves with our bodies. A more sensitive version. Feel the subtleties that you can feel within your body as your eyes are closed. Feel how your breath may move throughout all of your body and you can feel it. That gentle movement is what we call prana within kundalini. It's life energy. It activates everything, the cells, the atoms, the nervous system. And as we trust it, our breath, the prana that runs through our body, we don't have to do as much. And in the process, we don't get as tired because we're not fighting, we're dancing, we're moving with the flow of our own being. And when we're in charge, when we're trying to run the show, very often we can get into a battle with the experience in our body because it may not be what we want It might not be what we expect. And that's part of the grace of breath, is to be able to come back to the body and to acknowledge what is. And then we get to work with that. Go ahead, a few more deep inhales and exhales. Allowing your body to settle, keeping your spine straight always. And let's take a deep inhale. And slowly exhale. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to complete a few postures to move energy, to open the spine a bit more before we get into a relaxation and our final breath exercise for the day. So if you could come standing up. This is some people's favorite and some people's worst posture. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming down, and if you look at me, I'm on my toes, my heels are touching. I'm sitting as if I was a frog on a lily pad, and this is called frog pose. This right here, when I come sitting up like this, I'm looking at the front of the room. This right here, I'm inhaling and looking at my knees. Exhaling, coming down. Inhaling, look at my knees. So in full motion, it's going to look like this. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do 32 of these. So it might take a little bit of time, but go ahead. Take your time. You'll need to use your breath on this to take deep inhales and exhales. Pause if you need to. And when you're complete, go ahead and allow yourself to drop into a forward fold. You can grab your opposite elbows. You can bend your knees if it's helpful, but also try straightening them out a bit to help open up the back of your legs and your hips. If you're still doing the posture, just keep continuing, using the power of your breath. Commit to this. This is a powerful posture. We call this frog pose, but I call it an attitude adjuster. Really powerful for releasing stuck tension within the mind, ruminating thoughts. If you're done and you're in a forward fold, allow yourself simply to relax. Feel your body. Feel your hips. You can rotate your body a bit. You can take your arms, if you want, and place them behind you into Yogi Mudra. Open your body whenever you get a chance. All right. And let's come sitting down. We're going to be coming into rock pose, which is sitting on your heels. I hope you're all doing well. I got a little sweaty from that. I'm sure you are too. So let's just pause for a moment in rock pose. Eyes are closed. Connect to your breath. If you're breathing deeply, allow that breath completely into your body. all the way down to your navel. Deep inhales and exhales. And so I'll take a deep inhale. Exhale. Next posture is to open up the throat and the shoulders. Really simple posture. We're going to be turning left, inhaling, turning right, exhaling. You don't need to force the movement, but allow it to be complete and to allow it to become rhythmic, not slow and controlled. What we're doing is we're opening up the throat. We're opening up the tension that many of us hold in our shoulders. Allowing your breath, going to the left, inhaling, right, exhaling. You can bring your chin in gently, helping extend the neck a little bit. Beautiful. Allowing your neck to open, allow the movement to become more complete. And if you haven't already, allow your breath to become deeper. Deeper inhales as your head turns left, more complete. Exhales as your head turns right. Keeping your mind's eye on your shoulder and your neck. This posture will help you become aware of how you hold and where you hold. The left side, the right side, and to slowly work these areas out to release the tension that's built up there over years usually. Allow your breath to become a bit more deeper. Beautiful. Stick with it. Allow your chin to come in a little bit more so the back of your neck extends up. Feel how that changes the posture. Opens up a new part of your neck and your shoulders. Deeper inhales. Stay with your breath. Allow your mind to be quiet and just watchful of your movement. All right, deep inhale, center. And if you could go ahead and squeeze your buttocks and your navel. This is called a root lock. And we're pressurizing the lower hips, the place where we hold a lot of our tension. Allow that energy to release and come up. Breath is held. Slowly exhale, release, what we call the root lock. Go ahead, take another deep inhale. And go ahead, apply your root lock, squeezing the buttocks and pulling the navel gently in. Nice and firm, proper. As Guru Charan would say, polite squeeze. Feel that squeeze, feel the pressure in the lower hips. Feel the force moving up through your spine. And slowly exhale. And pause for a moment, eyes closed. Beautiful. Stay present in your body. Don't allow yourself to drift off. Often good to focus on your sternum and your heart center. Feel what's taking place there. let's come into easy pose or Sukhasana. One more posture. This posture opens up the body as we were moving the body this way. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to move the body in a side-to-side motion. What's very important about this posture is, we can just kind of go through the motions, but really it's bringing the elbows up and keeping them up that allow for the extension, the pull, the stretch through the body. You can see I am taking this elbow and I'm pointing it up towards the ceiling, and this one is pointing down towards the ground. The horizontal, that is the inhale. This is the exhale. Inhale, exhale. I'm very solid in my seat, so it's just my spine that's moving here. And what we're doing is we're moving the spine like this and massaging each vertebrae every time we move. So inhaling left, exhaling right. Get used to the movement. Connect your breath in with it so it becomes automatic, rhythmic. Eyes are closed if they're not already, so you can feel what's taking place here. You will feel your body. You'll feel the left and right side of the body, and it will tell you where it is tight, where you've been holding, and maybe you haven't even been aware. Wonderful information to know where each of us need to do our work and the areas we need to pay attention to. Inhaling left, exhaling right, get a nice rhythmic movement, not slow. Allow the body to move so the spine opens completely. You might feel some tightness within the ribs where they connect with the spine. That's pretty common when we start. And we're not forcing this posture. We're doing it rhythmically. We do it for about 2 to 3 minutes to allow your body to relax and release. This is gentle and persistent movement and breath to open the body and to connect with it. Keep bringing that elbow up towards the ceiling. If you want to have a little bit more of a challenge with this, you can bring your chest up so that you're not leaning forward, you're sitting up straight. And that tends to create a little bit more of a challenge of balance and movement. Go ahead and try, see if it works for you. Almost there. All right, deep inhale. Breath is suspended. Arms are parallel to the ground. Take a deep inhale. Go ahead and squeeze the buttocks and pull the navel gently in, applying a mula bandha, the root lock. Feel that pressure within the pelvis cavity. Holding the posture, slowly exhale, releasing your mula bandha. Deep inhale. Go ahead and squeeze the buttocks and pull the navel gently in, applying your root lock. Hold this for a moment. Relax into it. Slowly exhale. One more time. Arms are still parallel to the ground. Deep inhale. Go ahead and apply your mula bandha. Eyes are closed. Breath is suspended. And relax into this. Trust this. You might feel as if you're floating. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down to your knees. Palms are up. Eyes are still closed. And as you sit here, go ahead and scan your body. Feel where you're at. How this movement and breath has, as I say, brought you back home. Feel if you can sense your home, experience within your body. And it might give you a little bit of awareness how often we avoid these sensations. As we learn to be able to be with them, and what we can do is we can release them and they don't build up as either pressure, tension, stress, or friction within the body. And then creating all the different ailments that are associated with that. It was interesting, I was at a doctor's office last month, and the gentleman who was my doctor is a triathlete, very fit guy in his 50s, and doing this practice and seeing how stress affects the body, and because he sees people with all types of ailments all day long, I'd asked him, I said, how much of what you see is associated with stress, the issues that people come in with? And he looked at me and laughed, and he said they all are. So that was a bit of validation, but it was also, somebody that has so much experience to see how much stress wears on the body. A good analogy that I like to use, it's very much like our cars, that we have this front end, and when it's not aligned, it can still drive. We can drive it forward and it can go on trips, but there's a certain wear and tear associated with it that the car does not last. The parts in the car do not last as long as they possibly could. So what we're doing here is by releasing friction, we're really aligning. We aligned our spine, and we release tension that creates misalignment so that the body is more available to us. It works more fluidly. We feel it more so that we can move with it more gracefully. So I hope that all lands now that you've had this experience. We're going to move now. If you could lay down on the ground or lay back in your chair, we're going to bring in the gong. And the gong is a beautiful instrument for bringing in and relaxing the mind. So go ahead, lay down. Put your head on a pillow. If you have a blanket, go ahead and cover yourself. So the work that you've just done, you get to relax into your body now. And your body is more available to receive. yourself to settle in a little bit more deeply. Feeling your breath move through your body, from your nose all the way to your navel and back. With each inhale, allowing the breath to move from the ground up into your body and filling it up. And each exhale, the breath moving back from the body down into the ground. Just like the ocean waves coming in and then going out and clearing out, washing. Feel how the breath washes the body clean. And on your next inhale, if you're on the ground, if you could bring your knees into your chest and give them a big hug. As you hug them, you can rock side to side. If you happen to be sitting, you can reach your arms up towards the ceiling and reach up and stretch. Deep inhales and exhales. For those of you that are on the ground, as you rock side to side, you can slowly start rocking back and forth and come up into easy pose. You can come sitting on a pillow if you'd like. Eyes are closed as you come sitting, staying with your breath. For those of you that are already sitting, allow your hands to come down to your knees, also connecting to your breath. Feeling this state. It may not be a familiar state for you, but yet it still is a state, as a possible state of being, of relaxation, of stillness, of connection. That's available to everybody. This is what these practices are for, is that we become more connected to ourselves and to our experiences. So we're going to end this practice with a deep inhale. And as you inhale, when you reach to the top of your breath, I'd like you to suspend your breath. The eyes are closed and eyes are gently rolled up to the brow point, the place right between your eyebrow. And you can gently hold your breath without force and watch. Watch your experience. Watch your stillness when you're not even breathing. Waiting for the body to signal it's time to breathe. And when you feel that time, allow yourself to exhale completely. And then inhale in again. Full inhale, suspending your breath, focusing your eyes at your brow, spine is straight. Deep inhale. After you've exhaled, suspend your breath. Allow yourself to sit in this stillness. There may be a little bit of anxiety or fear that comes up as you hold your breath. Acknowledge that. Don't deny that. And allow it to soothe. Not allowing your mind to become worried about this breath hold, of doing it too long, what will happen. Just trusting, letting your mind be still. And when your body tells you it's time to breathe, slowly exhale, allowing your exhale to be really slow, trusting, feeling your body settle. Then inhaling in again. Suspending your breath, focusing at your brow point, spine is straight. Don't allow yourself to drift off. Allow yourself to stay in your body and feel this stillness. Feel how quiet you can be and still be embodied. Recognize that when these sensations come up, feelings, emotions, ones that are challenging, ones of anxiety or fear or doubt, that we don't need to push them away. We can sit with them and they resolve. Feel that as you hold your breath now. Notice as you relax into your body that your breath holds naturally become easier and longer. We don't have to try so hard. We get to be. We get to be with our experience. We get to watch our experience. We get to stay connected to our breath. We get to have a quiet mind so we can watch the interplay that takes place within our bodies. And we get to learn from that interaction, that dance, those emotions, those sensations, those feelings that move through us all the time. All meant to be listened to, all meant to be engaged. Information about who you are, where you're at, what is needed. We've got to stop this avoidance of the challenging. This is a time of engagement. So the reason we're learning the breath is so that we can be in our body and we can face these challenges that are ahead of us, the unknown. But we're alive and we get to experience that joy of being alive. The thrill of a challenge and meeting a challenge. The excitement of the unknown when we aren't disconnected from ourselves. We come back home. This is the only home we really have, our body. It's with us for our life. It's here to serve us. It's here to support us. It's allowing us to engage in this physical world. And it gives us all the information we need to live a complete life. To feel the joys and the challenges, the pleasures and the pain. Allow yourself to relax a little bit more deeply into these breath holds. Still focusing your eyes at your brow. let's all continue one more round. And on the exhale, allowing your hands to rest on your knees, palms down now. Connecting to your natural rhythm of your breath. Eyes are still closed. And let's all take a deep inhale. And slowly exhale. Another deep inhale. Slowly exhale. And go ahead, let's open our eyes. Reach our arms up. Interlace our fingers, stretch towards the ceiling. And exhale and release. So welcome back. Sorry to say the hour is up. They go fast, I know. So I hope you experienced yourself with your breath. That's its whole purpose, is to bring you back to yourself and to make a deep relationship with this body. So body and mind can be connected. They're the same thing. We've just learned how to disconnect them, and now it's time to learn to reconnect them. If you found this class valuable, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's helpful to get the word out there. You can also refer family and friends over to this channel. These videos and classes will all be online, available to them. We also have an online studio, global-studio.7chakrayoga.com, and the link is in the description of this class. And we have plenty of these pranayams, meditations, breath, sound baths. So please join us online. We have a beautiful global community with a lot of tools and information and inspiration to help us. So thank you again. Our next class is going to be this Wednesday at 6:30, and have a beautiful night. Thank you.